They have a stockpile of draft picks. They're going to be really good for a lot of years, but right now they're going to take their lumps.
Opening tip brought to you by Pizza Hut. And a guy that has come along pretty well in his development, even though he's had some injuries to get through. Jakob Poeltl with the opening bucket here in the preseason.
Good little floater there from Jakob. And I like the decision there from DeMar DeRozan. Didn't have to settle for an outside jumper. Drops it off to Jakob for the easy floater.
Muscala with a 3. Houston Tuesday and Thursday next week to wrap it up against the Rockets. We'll have the telecast of those games on CW35 as Rudy Gay. Tomorrow going full tilt was a little bit ahead of it. Aldridge gets the tray. Well, and Dan was with us a moment ago. It'd be interesting, Dan. I know you follow the analytics so closely and you have so much fun with Sean discussing things, but
per game, which was actually one of their highest pace efforts in franchise history before the bubble. But then that was up to, over 105 possessions. Yin and the yang from the offensive end of the floor to the defensive end of the floor when it comes to pace.
Gilgeous-Alexander hit a 3 after Murray had hit a 3. They are 4 of 6 from deep early. They forced the turnover, got away from Rudy Gay. And the other way, driving in the easy 2 for Hamidou Diallo, third year out of Kentucky. Thunder with a 2-point lead and 4:38 to go in the first quarter of this opening preseason contest. Muscala.
No question about it.
Mills gets the bucket, and an and one at the other end is Gilgeous-Alexander. I want to do something, whatever it is. Defend, run the floor, an assist, whatever opportunity. And Mills muscles his way up for 2. 3 minutes to go here in the first period. And another 3-pointer down there and beat him on the break.
Right. Oh, they have a lot of young guys out there trying to make the team, trying to impress the coach.
Vassell with a jumper for the basket to make it 29. Patty Mills on the drive off of the Poeltl screen. Up and off the window is Mills. Maladone with the basketball. Théo, rookie from France, kicks it out to the other wing, and the 3-ball has been the story for this ball club here. Lost the shoe. Mills with 6 on the shot clock, gets loose and scores!
Yeah, he threw that one off his hip.
The virus to get fans in here sometime around New Year's, but I have to wait and see how things go. Sure would be exciting. Most of the Spurs and some of the Thunder experienced the bubble in Orlando without fans. See how they adjust now they're playing in their home arenas. Down the jumper, 37-36. Frank Jackson on the drive, and it goes for OKC.
That was a nice little fake there by Frank Jackson.
Chore this preseason,
yeah,
right?
no question about it. One of the players, though, that they're excited about in his second season, though, is Luguentz Dort.
Second half
more of them,
the season, because there are hardly any. There's a one road trip in February or March.
Now it's up to each individual team to make sure that they show that same discipline during their regular season.
You've got to rely on the players really to show that discipline.
And Muscala gives it up. 7 minutes to go in the first half. Spurs down a half dozen. On the drive, slicing through.
Next 7 years, and in addition, frankly, with what Dave Griffin's done in New Orleans, too, it's almost as if Oklahoma City and New Orleans are going to be the only 2 teams drafting.
Not all of those teams are going to have great years.
Right.
So they should end up getting some very high draft picks out of there just because of the way the game is played.
It's hard to remember that the guy's 6'11". Out there shooting the ball like a small forward or an off guard.
Keyed 11-2 run. Gilgeous-Alexander wants to bring LaMarcus out on him. Then attacks. Nicely done by the youngster. DeRozan back out to Aldridge. They had too much time. Rudy Gay fires again. Got it! Oh, mama. As we get back to the action here, we'll show you that graphic, and we got another moment here. Interesting to watch them compete, and well, that's why we're sitting up at the top of the first level here, no longer right behind the bench. You might just reach over and grab the monitor if we were down there.
I mean, but that was when 24 was like 50. Right? I mean, that was the old days. guys are still walking to the games and walking 5 miles to school in the snow, right?
I had an impact on the game.
Still teach it to kids, actually, when I get the chance. So, yeah.
And if kids are wondering, let's look it up.
I have no idea who we're talking about. Get them all to jail early on, and they put on an offensive show.
DeRozan the miss. Roby fires. And good. We'll have to follow what happens with James Harden if he ends up being moved or not. Rudy Gay with the bucket here for 3. Right back from Williams. Early part of the third quarter. Spurs down 74-61. Frank Jackson.
Played that pick and roll perfectly.
Rudy's pass picked off. The pull-up jumper is good by Maladou.
Great play there from Vassell.
Yeah, he got right into it. And Murray couldn't finish. Vassell pops home the 3. Rookie out of Florida State. Averages 4 points a game as a freshman and then exploded at Florida State as Rudy Gay. Here's DeRozan. Back to LaMarcus.
Oh, let that one fly. It's a preseason.
DeRozan hurt you.
Go.
He knocks down the jumper. 14-point gap with 6:11 to go. DeRozan guarded by Admiral Schofield. LA swishes the triple. Spurs last year shot 37.6 from 3, 4th best in the league. But until they got in the bubble, selfishly, we want you here and healthy. After the season, we don't care what you do to yourself.
Right.
You want to go ahead and tear your groin, go right ahead. Vassell with his basket has 9 points. Here was DeRozan. Finds LA. And LaMarcus. I want that rhythm back. Steps inside. Layup or what by Pokashevsky that time. Here's Rudy. LaMarcus draws the foul and 1.
That is going to hurt
for these NBA players.
If anybody can pull it off, it's the greatest professional sports league in the world, and that's the NBA.
They have set the tone, no doubt about that.
Started shooting threes a lot earlier in the season last year, how many he'd have had under his belt. And this year, obviously, he's going to come out firing from the start. Well, to be honest, I'm surprised that LA is still out there.
Murray, nice move inside, little hesitation. And he turns it right back to San Antonio. Murray spots Patty Mills. Good day, mate. Patty.
Oh, how did you get that one to fall?
Wow.
Rare that you see a lefty that can't shoot the ball. Good looking shot there early from Cam Reynolds.
Pirtle nearly got a piece of that. Wednesday and Friday, they played the Bulls in their preseason finales. And Patty Mills.
These young guards for the Spurs just, I mean, they are aggressively going after steals.
And he's knowing what's coming down the road for a first-year player. There's the big fella knocking down the triple. Every time one is scored, Break Check will make a donation to the Boys and Girls Club. Break Check, where first fast breaks happen every day. On the drive, Cam Reynolds lays it up and in.
Drew Eubanks was holding that ball in the air, and Cam Reynolds just came by and took it away from him.
Pokashevsky, another triple. 15 of 27 tonight from 3. The Spurs, 15 of 37.
Not a lot of time to really come down with it. Then you have to challenge the defense. Just go ahead and kiss the ball off the glass while you can. They were all not gimme steals. They weren't easy. He had to work for them.
And again, Pokashevsky. Jones averaged 16 a game last year at Duke. That'll end it as Oklahoma City comes away with a victory, 121-108 in our first preseason game.